All right, there we go. Welcome to What's Niggling Me. Here with an awake Ryan.
Nice.
There's multiple things that I wanted to mention, which was the first try.
You tell me.
Huh?
You tell me.
I guess I'll go with this woman. You know, I was a huge, you remember, I was a huge fan of Michelle Obama running for president for a while, for a long time.
I remember you were gay.
For a long time, I thought she would run away with it. And then I heard her talk, you know, like I heard her talk in a longer form, and it's from an entitled person now. And it is just an out of touch entitled person who, I don't know about all the other presidents are pieces of fucking moral pieces of fucking garbage. Maybe since he's called in so many drone strikes and murdered so many people, maybe he became a different type of person. Maybe he was a nice guy a long time ago and that shit changed him. I don't know. She is not nice about him anytime she talks about him. And maybe he likes men. I don't know. So maybe he's a feminine guy that pretends to be a masculine guy. Maybe his whole life is a fucking fake and a fraud. But now she doesn't hide that. Now she makes it seem like he's a fucking pussy.
Really?
That's what she's not complimentary of him. She doesn't talk highly of him. She always seems to belittle him, I guess. Now, it's in it, but I don't know what kind of person he is, because they all pretend, right? They're professional pretenders and liars, politicians. So it's tough to know the truth. But fuck, she said this shit that I couldn't believe. She said this shit, and I'm like, man, this is a tired fucking narrative. Listen to how stupid this shit is, she says. Ooh, I got it turned up. Maybe something like that.
You know, we knew very early on that no one was going to see beyond the color of our skin at an early age. And that could get you in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about that fear, I'm sure that...
So she says that, eh?
That's pretty retarded.
And maybe it was when she was a kid. It was different. It was different for me than it was for you. But I was aware of it very young. But it, you can't use it as I'm a fucking victim because of it your entire life. I don't want to hear that shit your entire life, that, oh, because of the color of my skin. Not in today's world. Maybe decades and decades, decades ago, 100%. But not now. That's not playing that victim mentality now. Bro, there's so many people of colors, POC, fucking millionaires and billionaires now. It's not a thing anymore that they're being restricted and held back. There are so many black fucking multimillionaires, or fucking Indian multimillionaires and billionaires. That's not a thing anymore. But she still uses that today. That is holding everyone back. And I'm like, bro, it's a joke. Listen a little bit more.
Tested across your life in so many different places. And I wonder, what would you say has been the most hardest recent test of that fear? Because it's not one of those fears that you kind of get over and it just goes away. It kind of shows its head in many different ways, I imagine.
Well, in this current climate for me, it's, what's happening to immigrants. So it's not the fear for myself anymore. I drive around in a 4-car motorcade with a police escort. I'm Michelle Obama. I do still worry about my daughters in the world, even though they are somewhat recognizable. So my fears are for what I know is happening out there in streets all over the city. And now that we have leadership that is sort of indiscriminately determining who belongs and who doesn't, and we know that those decisions aren't being made with courts and with due process, and that it's being made like this cop that pulled my brother over when he was 12. You don't look like somebody that belongs. I can determine just by looking at you that you're a good person or you're not a good person. And knowing that there's so much bias and so much racism and so much ignorance that fuels those kind of choices, I worry for people of color all over this country. And I don't know that we will have the advocates to protect everybody. And that frightens me. It keeps me up at night. And I know that I see that when I'm driving around LA. I'm just looking in the faces of folks who could be victim, and I'm wondering, how are you feeling? How do you feel standing on the bus stop? How do you feel comfortable going to work, going to school, when you know that there could be people out here judging you and who could upend your life in a second? That's who I worry for right now.
Bruh. How stupid is that? That is insane. That, hey, our gay brown brother has been living over there. Is he in fear every day? That some white guy's just gonna run up and do something to him? Because that's what, according to Michelle Obama, that's what she makes it seem like. It keeps her up at night, worrying about my brother. That's gonna be my title. My brother keeps Michelle Obama up at night. How weird. Immigrants are getting treated badly, right?
Illegal ones?
She thinks that they could just get I don't know what she thinks is going to happen to them. She thinks something's going to happen to them. To the immigrants. Let alone an illegal immigrant. Her husband...
I'll make it easier and faster for high-skilled immigrants, graduates, and entrepreneurs. I'll make it easier and faster is by working together to pass. I believe that the best way to solve this problem is by working together to pass that kind of common sense law. But until that happens, there are actions I have the legal authority to take as president. The same kinds of actions taken by Democratic and Republican presidents before me that will help make our immigration system more fair and more just. Tonight, I'm announcing those actions.
Hold on.
First, we'll build on our progress at the border with additional resources for our law enforcement personnel so that they can stem the flow of illegal crossings and speed the return of those who do cross over.
You hear that?
Second, I'll make...
He wants them out of here.
Second,
YouTube on the computer is tough for me.
the states
I'm not
where
very good
those
at
who
it.
enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disrespect. We all agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
Huh.
So,
Interesting. This woman, though, bro, she's crazy. She's hilarious, this woman.
There's a microphone right behind you. Here you go. Hi, Secretary Clinton. I was wondering what you think about like securing the Mexican border with some of the illegal immigrants that come in. Just wondering.
Well, look, I voted numerous times when I was a senator to spend money to build a barrier to try to prevent illegal immigrants from coming in. And I do think you have to control your borders.
Brothers, so many on here.
She's a dumb bitch, eh?
Bro, I hate Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton.
We've got to do several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. I made this exception basically on humanitarian grounds because of the individual stories, but certainly we've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants. Come up to Westchester, go to Suffolk and Nassau counties, stand in the street corners in Brooklyn or the Bronx. You're going to see loads of people waiting to get picked up to go do yard work and construction work and domestic work.
It was one of Hillary Clinton's most impassioned and human moments in CNN's town hall on President Obama's policy of aggressively deporting illegal immigrants.
Children coming home from school to an empty house and nobody can say where their mother or their father is. That is just not who we are as Americans.
But moments later, a starkly different take on an exploding crisis. Children crossing the border to the U.S. alone, illegally.
They should be sent back as soon as it can be determined who responsible adults and their families are.
Immigration advocates say she's speaking out of both sides of her mouth.
If you want Latinos to stand with you, if you want the immigrant community to see you as a champion on this issue, you're going to have to make some difficult choices, and you're going to have to take a firm position. Yeah, it didn't seem that way yesterday.
Then there's Benghazi, the 2012 attack on the U.S. consulate that killed 4 Americans on Clinton's watch as Secretary of State. Republicans say she still has a lot of explaining to do. So this was music to GOP ears.
There are still some unanswered questions. It was, after all, the fog of war.
Republicans, convinced Benghazi is Clinton's Achilles heel, wasted no time saying she's the one who must answer questions.
Secretary Clinton from the beginning has stonewalled on this rather than acting as a partner getting to the bottom of what happened.
Clinton was cagey as ever about another White House run.
This is CNN 10 years ago on their account.
But even the most casual observer could see a candidate here, distancing herself from the president, recalling how she urged him to arm Syrian rebels, disagreeing with his decision not to.
We push very hard, but as I say in my book, I believe that Harry Truman was right. The buck stops with the president.
Outside the town hall, a plateful made for the camera's moment.
Thank you, Mr. Squirrel.
Stopping to give her stalker squirrel, really a Republican intern, a copy of her book.
Competence is Clinton's calling card, and a new NBC Wall Street Journal poll shows a majority of Americans think she is prepared to be president. The downside to being an experienced politician, nearly 4 in 10 Americans worry about whether Clinton can be trusted.
It was one of Hillary
10 years ago on CNN.
They should have seen the news back then.
It was before Trump. It was one of... This is 17 years ago posted.
What we know to be
the beginning of YouTube.
realities that we confront. 12 to 14 million people here. What will we do with them? Well, I hear the voices from the
12 to 14 million illegals back then. This is, I don't know, this has to be, this is when she's probably running in This is the Democratic debate. When is this? She probably tried to run against Obama. In what year? 2008 or 7. This has got to be from 2008 or 7, probably. And it was posted when YouTube started, bro. Like 17 years ago is like new for YouTube, right?
Voices from the other side of the aisle. I hear the voices on TV and radio, and they are living in some other universe, talking about deporting people, rounding them up. I don't agree with that, and I don't think it's practical. And therefore, what we've got to do is to say, come out of the shadows. We will register everyone. We will check, because if you have committed a crime in this country or the country you came from, then you will not be able to stay. You will have to be deported. But for the vast majority of people who are here, we will give you a path to legalization if you meet the following conditions. Pay a fine because you entered illegally. Be willing to pay back taxes over time. Try to learn English, and we have to help you do that because we've cut back on so many of those services. And then you wait in line. That not only is, I think, the best way to approach the problem of our 12 to 14 million who are here, but that also says to Kim, this is the best answer as well, because once we have those conditions met and people agree, then they will not be in a labor market that undercuts anybody else's wages.
I think the problem with doing that is most illegal immigrants can't pay that fine, probably. I've seen it proposed before that they pay a fine, and that like it's like a fine per person, and like that it's not going to be $100. So like
so now the family owes like fucking $10,000-$20,000
because of then they have to pay the back taxes. What if that person's been in the fucking country for 20 fucking years and fucking, you know, like yeah, like but like if she says if they committed a crime, they gotta go. Borders, bro. This is all before Trump. They were saying the exact same things Trump said. Trump was all good for Hollywood. He was good for, like, it was all good until he wanted to become a politician. But then, like, there was no internet really to be like, or there was no social media to get these things out.
True.
Showing, hey, look, so even if they won't put it on CNN, if they won't put it on whatever, look, Hillary Clinton and Obama are saying the exact same things that Trump is saying. But for some reason, it's a bad idea when Trump says it. When I can just blatantly show you that. And Michelle Obama worried Michelle Obama worried about the immigrants in the country. Getting treated bad. And that race, it's all about race. It's all about race. But I'm seeing successful people from all different nationalities.
Everybody's rich nowadays.
Straight up. 50 Cent is like one of the biggest like TV and movie producers. He's putting out shows and shows. That guy's like employing. 50 Cent is employing because like he has all the actors plus all the film and market. 50 Cent is employing how many people?
Yeah,
because of what 50 Cent's doing. He's employing at least hundreds of people.
He's stupid rich.
Mm-hmm. And you know what I think is the funniest? Is that Tom Homan, you know?
Who? Tom Homan?
Yeah. He's not good for TV because he's got I don't know if it's like a lisp. It's possibly a lisp. It almost sounds like, and I don't know. It almost sounds like he had a heart attack or something. Like, you know how people like they kind of get facial paralysis type of deal. Maybe he has. I don't know that. I don't know that much about him, but I do know that Tom Homan was the head of, what's the specific title? White House Executive Associate Director of Enforcement and Removal Operations. Like, he is in charge of ICE and removal of immigrants. And he was Obama's as well. He's Trump. Trump hired the exact same person to deport illegals as Obama. So obviously he had a resume, you know what I mean? And he saw Barack Obama was the #1 deporter. Even when Trump got in after Obama, he didn't end up deporting as many people in those 4 years as Obama did. So it'll be interesting to see what Trump gets at the end of this 4 years, but like, it was the same person in charge of it. And Hillary Clinton saying fucking 2 decades ago almost that there's 12 to 14 million illegals then. How many are in there now?
Insane.
After
That's insane.
after a Biden fucking open borders where they were flooding through, how many are in there now? 30? That's why I think when I see the number, I think they have like around 350 million, and I'm like, yeah, they got more than that. They got 380 million maybe. Who knows? Right? Remember I told you? I don't believe that they know the true population count. I think their censuses suck.
I believe that. It's a possibility.
But yeah, you'll see that Schultz, I was pumped that they talked about Burkina Faso. Awesome. I saw someone else, the Kim Iverson, right? She talked about Burkina Faso. I was like, people are starting to see it. Israel, Burkina Faso.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Baby steps. It's coming up because there's going to be the battle of information about them. And that's the only reason I want Bilal to win, because I want him to say something about Palestine.
We need Bilal to win. I want Ilya to fight Islam.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you want him to keep it so that he won't fight him?
Dana confirmed it. Because Islam won't go up if Bilal's up there still.
Okay.
So
we're both cheering for Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah.
We're both cheering for Bilal Muhammad, and that he shouts out the Palestinians because, bro, they're about to remove him.
He's gonna wear the flag.
Yeah, but if he gets to talk after. If he gets to talk after is important, because, bro, they are starving all of those. They're starving them in Gaza. They cut off aid, and since Trump isn't going to fight the Houthis anymore in Yemen, I think that probably pisses Israel off, and they're like, oh yeah, then we're gonna fucking take over Gaza. And I think Trump is going to go into Gaza. I think American troops are going to be in Gaza soon.
Fighting Israel?
Huh?
Fighting who?
Removing the Palestinians and claiming that land. Or like slowly. I think they're going in there just like they went into Afghanistan and Iraq. I think special forces are going in to Gaza for the first time. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen in this very short term.
That's a pretty crazy claim.
How long ago did he post that stupid fucking video of him in his statues? That beachfront property there. they're going to put special forces in there and rebuild maybe not on the same extent, but it will be really interesting what it does look like, because will they build it what America looks like, or will they build it like the UAE? Will they build it like a Dubai?
That'd be sick.
Or will they build like what the architecture wise? You know what I mean? Like it's completely different. Will they build like the American style, or will they build the Arab style? And bro, I'm telling you, that's unfortunately what I think it's May 8th, and I unfortunately see in the short term that American troops will be landing in Gaza. They might be landing in... No, they can't land in Gaza. They don't got a fucking airport. So you know what? Maybe they go there and build a fucking airport. If that happens, holy fuck. If they build... Because it'll have to be America doing it. And they built them. They went and built airports over in the Middle East. And if they go and build a fucking airport in Palestine, in Gaza... because there's more area there. It's such garbage terrain, bro. It's garbage terrain. It's insane terrain. What it is. It's a fucking desert. And in there, they're going to have to clear so much shit, build an airport, and own that bitch. And it's going to be fucked for the next years to come. That optics, it's going to be so interesting on a day-to-day basis, because there was no social media and internet like that when they did that to Iraq, and they did that to Afghanistan. There wasn't. And now there's going to be eyes. There's going to be eyes on what is happening there. There's Telegram. There's going to be eyes on what happens there. You won't be able to hide it like they hid Iraq and Afghanistan. And they still got caught with stuff. They're not going to be able to hide on fucking digital cameras and shit. Being idiots and recording shit, torturing people and shit. So they got caught like doing dumb shit over there, but nothing like this. This is going to be real interesting. I hate that that's going to happen, but nobody can stop them.
Nobody cares enough.
No.
And then what are the Jews going to take after that?
Lebanon. Fuck Nayib Bukele and DJ Khaled, though. Because those guys ain't saying shit. If you ain't saying shit, like, you're a fucking bitch. Having the fucking... They could be saying something and putting up a fight. Shining a light on it. Nope.
I believe these, let me check. You said Khaled? I don't believe it doesn't have an I, I don't believe.
DJ Khaled?
Yeah, and DJ Khaled, I believe it's an ED.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's why I was like, who the fuck's he talking about?
DJ Khaled. And it fucking put whatever the word was that it fucking auto-corrected when I put DJ at first.
Want me to tell you a fact quick?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I heard recently, I seen a stat that, you ever heard of Belgium?
Yep. They've done a lot of bad stuff in their lives, in their history.
Well, I heard that their population under 18 is 83% not Belgian. They're not.
Oh, they got mad immigration issues?
Yeah.
And that's what they get.
83% under 18.
That's what they get. They'll be the first to fall.
You don't like them?
They want to have these open borders. Countries that want to have these open borders, they're going to fucking pay for it. Well, I don't know what this is right here that says 400 tons of gold reserve missing.
Where? States?
I'm not gonna get this person's. I don't want this account. It says mirror now. I don't want them to remove my. Bro, that's insane. If that's for real. How many followers? This person has 1 million. Bro, they can't be lying, right? They wouldn't do that.
Yeah, right.
You wouldn't suffer your reputation doing that, right? Oh, it's 10
You think
hours.
people are just dumb though.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trusting it. I just went on YouTube. Since I don't even know if I'm logged in as anything on here. But it's all like my algorithm is not really very set, you know?
Why?
Because I haven't used this YouTube ever. You know what I mean? It's new since I got the laptop.
Oh, so it's ugly.
So it's like yeah, my algorithm. I don't even know what they're giving me at all. James O'Keefe just put out a video I see on my Instagram. Let's see if he's got it on his. Damn it! It won't give me his YouTube channel when I pop it up. What's his YouTube channel? I can't think of it. Oh, here it is. O'Keefe Media Group. He put out this thing 39 minutes ago on Instagram. Let's see if he has it on the YouTube. Yep, let's listen.
Yesterday, Attorney General of the United States Pam Bondi was at the White House and disclosed what she represented as brand new information in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. The existence of tens of thousands of videos featuring little children.
There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn.
Now, this is the first time an official has publicly acknowledged that videos of Epstein and his victims exist. What you may not know is just 9 days prior, the Attorney General had a very similar conversation with a total stranger in a restaurant.
Do you know when the Epstein files are going to get released?
We hope soon. Very nice of him.
Okay.
So,
Any dates?
no, you know what it is? There are tons and thousands hitting those.
Yeah.
And it's all with little kids. So they have to go through every one.
In the past, officials have spoken about the, quote, mountain of evidence in the Epstein case, but they've never, previous to that moment, acknowledged on the existence of videos of, quote, little kids. Just a few days later, at 2 p.m. on May 1st, our reporter sent the AG's office the text of the recording. We asked why this detail had not been disclosed to the public, but was instead being told to a random stranger at a restaurant. The Attorney General used almost the exact same language as she did with the stranger in the restaurant, language that we shared with her press office.
There are tens and thousands hitting those.
Yeah.
And it's all with little kids. There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child.
Bro, she got caught and had to say it
publish
publicly.
this story, but believe, like we did yesterday, that the public has a right to know. And this one raises serious questions. On one hand, why did our country's highest law enforcement official share this information first not with the American people, but with a self-described nanny at brunch? But more importantly, why was this information held back in the first place? Does this show that a government apparatus is still working behind the scenes to protect powerful people involved in the scandal? Based upon the response to our Epstein story yesterday, it's clear that the American people want answers, and they want accountability.
Bruh. This guy's dropping fire. Fire, bro. He got Pam Bondi on video. And she had to come out and admit it. Bruh. And I had heard that she was stonewalling it. But man.
Why would she?
Powerful people.
Yeah, true.
Holy. Boo. With little children. And bro, Nick Bryant was saying that, and he was pissed that the media would only limit it to like to teenagers. And he says he knows that there were kids, because he's talked to so many victims. Nick Bryant Justice.com, I believe it is. Wow, James O'Keefe. That's intense.
They don't give a fuck.
Bro, literally what I told my mom today was like, the only way we're never going to get the whole story on 9/11 or Epstein, it has to be whistleblowers. Like, the only way we're gonna get information, I told you before, they would have already taken down Trump. They would have taken him down. They never used it. They used every single thing. They called him a fucking racist Nazi. They wouldn't use Epstein. He's a racist fucking Nazi, but they never used Epstein against him because clearly powerful people on the Democratic side are involved. And now Pam Bondi is saying that there's thousands of videos of child porn that they have to go through. Why? And if there's those videos, why for the past 4 fucking years that Biden was in administration was nobody fucking going through? And Marsha Blackburn, the fucking Nashville, the Tennessee, I think she's a senator of Tennessee. Congresswoman? No, she's not hot. Senator, I think, though. No offense, but she's badass because she's constantly been fucking attacking Christopher Wray, I think is the guy's name. He was the FBI. I think he was Kash Patel's position beforehand. And they constantly would fucking get him in there, and she would grill him and only a few other people because the rest of them are all fucking bought and paid pussies that weren't fighting for these fucking files to get released. And he would just like, when she would be asking, I remember about like, are you guys fucking looking into it basically? And he's just like, I'll have to look into it. Like, he constantly would say that shit. Like, I'll have to look into it and get back to you. And then they would be like, you haven't gotten back to us in this fucking long. Like, they keep all these fucking people get controlled and get controlled. They get in there and they get controlled. And the only way that we get any information is Assange, Snowden, the fucking people that James O'Keefe are fucking getting to do this. Like, they have to be whistleblowers and risk their life. It's more than Muhammad Ali, where he's like, take my fucking championship title, throw me in fucking jail. I'm not going to Vietnam and fucking killing Asian people for no fucking reason. And he fucking was, and they stripped him and they fucking threw him in there. Like, he didn't give a fuck. And then, like, that's a long fucking time ago. That's the fucking 50s. That he was just like, this is fucking bullshit that you're fucking sending everyone over there to fucking just murder fucking the Viet Cong fucking over there. It's just, since then, all these lies are cracking. Trump telling fucking Jeb Bush on the fucking debate stage, your brother lied and lied us into Iraq. That kind of shit is huge. He does and says dumb fucking shit, but those cracks, the little cracks, but I think Muhammad Ali, those little cracks, things started chipping away. And now we have fucking social media, and we have real-time news from around the world, so there's no more hiding. They hid and lied for so fucking long. There's no more hiding. But there has to be people willing to risk their fucking lives. These people are willing to risk their lives right now. Even that woman that went on there and defended Prince Andrew last week about it wasn't Prince Andrew in the picture with Virginia Giuffre, even she didn't want to reveal her sources because she said, like, it's not safe. Like, and Israel was the only person, or only when pressed, she, like, who would be, what were they asking? Who would be the ones behind this? And she said, Israel, I don't know. Like, and then, like, you know, and then they're like, she just didn't want to talk about it. And they kept pressing her and like that, like, but, the powerful people where these people clearly, their families are threatened or whatever, clearly will murder your family. It's just like, Young Thug. I'm pretty sure he said, "I'll shoot your mama in front of you," or something like that. Pretty sure he said that before. I remember when they were using a bunch of lyrics against him. They were trying to use lyrics against him. Pretty sure that was one of the lines. Something along those lines of, "I'll shoot your mama in front of you." Like, allegedly. So, like, you know, just that type of mentality where, like, fuck, and like the mob and just, you know, those people that are like, you want to fuck around? Well, yes, fucking, your family can disappear. They do that in North Korea, they do it in Russia, they do it everywhere. They do it right fucking here. You want your fucking family to disappear? Keep fucking yapping. James O'Keefe has his life, holy, I don't know another person. Candace Owens, dangerous, yes, not this dangerous. The Epstein thing is the most dangerous if you think you're going to reveal information. They've hid this fucker. Through Republican and Democrat administrations, they're hiding it. Both of them are hiding it. Fuck the political parties. They like both of them like blowing up fucking millions of people all over the world, and they protect pedophiles, just like the Catholic Church. Who knows? New Pope, can he beat the fucking odds and not join the rest of the popes in protecting pedophiles? I don't know. It seems pretty tough for them to do. All these sick fucks around the world.
Same shit probably happens, right?
Everywhere.
Blackmail.
It didn't just, hey, it came over here. Like, it's just, it's I think thousands of years old doing that. I'm pretty sure like the Egyptians were doing that and shit. Like, that's fucking thousands of years ago, because everyone wanted power. That's the problem. Power. These certain people all over the world for all of history seem like they rise to the top because they want power, and they're willing to kill their own brothers like a Genghis Khan. They're willing to kill off family. And people that are willing to kill off family, I don't believe that just stopped in our DNA. So they're willing to do insane fucked things. Like putting people in boiling tar. You know what I mean? We might not just see it on our daily lives, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. It's happening around the world, this kind of fucked up shit. And hidden. And now, they hide things. You accumulate enough money and power, and you can go to an island. You can go to an island. There's tons of islands all over this fucking earth. The United States has fucking hundreds of military bases all over the earth that they can just capture people and fucking torture them wherever they want.
No laws over there.
No laws. We live in a wild world. A wild world. And you know what I noticed? That GDP, Burkina Faso, guess how much? Guess out of the, where is it? I'm pretty sure Burkina Faso is 119th on the out of the 180 countries or something listed in GDP. Okay? They were right next to Haiti. And when I go to the World Bank, and I go to Burkina Faso, it says Burkina Faso is a low-income, landlocked, that means like there's no ocean or bodies of water around it. I don't know what this word is. Sahelian country with limited natural resources. Its economy is primarily based on agriculture and mining, particularly gold production. Okay? More than 40% of the population lives below the national poverty line. That was according to 2023-2024. And in the United Nations Development Program, they rank 185th out of 193 countries in the world. Okay? That sounds pretty fucking bad.
Yeah.
That sounds like they were doing pretty fucking bad, according to their 2023-2024 report, which probably they were doing all that research during 2022, right?
Yeah.
And Ibrahim Traore got in there in October 2022, right near the end of 2022. So he's had the country for 2 years and a bit. He's been the president. And, you know, it says that they have this low income and limited natural resources. What I find funny is, don't you think if you have the 4th largest gold in Africa, that you'd be rich in resources and not be limited? It doesn't really make any sense to me, the lie that's being told, because I think that's exactly why the French have wanted control over Burkina Faso, because they have the 4th in the world. That little country has the 4th largest producer of gold. And so they're worried if Ibrahim Traore has, I don't know what they call him. You know how we would call people from Canada Canadian? I don't know what they call a Burkina Fasoian. I don't know what they call that type of person. But the people of Burkina Faso, if they owned those mines that produce the gold, oh, can you imagine how rich people could get? I don't know any rich people of that nationality, but there definitely should be, especially at this time in history. How are none of those people one of the richest people we hear about?
So we own them.
The French in the U.S. We're owning them. And now Ibrahim's kicked out those people. He's kicked the soldiers out, and Putin sent a private plane to pick him up and go to Russia to meet with him. That's how serious it's getting. It's getting serious. Imagine if that guy, bro, if they join BRICS, I seen like Serbia is backing Burkina Faso, like they're like speaking out for Burkina Faso. Like countries, Brazil is like speaking out and having parades for Burkina Faso. I know, all around the world, bro. People are waking. People are seeing. This could be an African revolution. Africa, the continent, could become wealthy if all the countries could mine their own resources and sell them. They could be rich. And who knows, like, why I want this especially is because I just remember, like, I wanted, like, all of the Africans to have an opportunity to be, like, in sports. Yeah, how many of them are ever getting an opportunity, right? Like, that's what, when I was growing up, that's what I wanted. I was like, man, how many, like, people are living in fucking villages and stuff like that, could jump so high, run so fast, like, you know what I mean? And the rare person maybe ever, I remember just hearing different stories of, like, what Theo Von's dad was like a missionary in Nicaragua. He was like spreading the Bible, spreading the word of the Bible down there. Or his parent, I think Theo Von's dad's parents maybe, and like that's why his dad was born in Nicaragua and Nicaraguan, but really he's white. But like people would go to these countries, and longer in history, if you didn't adapt to the fucking Bible and the church, they murdered you. But as time progressed, they just went to these places and tried to convert you and stuff. They didn't murder you as well. If you didn't want it, if you wanted to keep your own culture and shit. That's what they did to the natives here. They murdered a lot of them when they didn't want to convert, and they fought back. You learn the British or French way back then. But they what if they invented cars that run on water? What if they invented something that cures fucking whatever? You know what I mean? Like, look how big that continent is. There's millions and millions and millions of people from all over there. What if they have like schools and like good schools and stuff like that? And like these people can like, it's not just America that's inventing and stuff. Like, what if they invent some type of like technology or something like that? If those people had the opportunity, there's millions of opportunity, people like that can possibly change the world and stuff like that. Why that? If there's 8 fucking billion of us, what if all 8 billion of us got to like got an opportunity to pursue something they like are passionate about or something like that. So like, and just none of the millions and millions and millions of lives over generations were just never
Everything
given.
would be too saturated.
Huh?
Everything would be too saturated. We don't want that, do we?
What if, Mark fucking Carney could have some fucking African guy invent something that can help with his fucking climate. I don't fucking know. That's what I think. Like, we could just give everyone the opportunity to try and invent shit. You got science. What if the whole world grew up and had science fairs? You know what I mean? Or whatever. And fucking got to like just get an opportunity to, see what they can do. In my life, it'd be cool. Huh?
As long as we're not paying for it, go for it.
They don't, that's what the thing. They didn't want the USA, man. These people don't want the USA. They say, get the fuck out of here. All they're doing is bribing fucking people. We'll give you this aid if you do this for us, if you give us control of these mines. Bro, fuck off. All the European countries in the United States, fuck out of those countries. Get the fuck out of there and let those people fucking make a living for themselves. Get to have their own decisions, not fucking policies and decisions made for them. I just see them, all these countries in my life and before me have just been held back when there's no reason to be held back anymore. No reason in 2025 for any country to be held back. They should all be given fucking an opportunity to have like Starlink internet, you know what I mean? Like we live in a world of so many possibilities. There's no fucking reason that these people should still be living fucking like it's centuries ago.
Yeah, it's pretty insane at least. Gaza, and then there's this. It's hard to wrap your head around sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Never actually seen it in real life, but...
You've never been?
I've never been? How can we be talking about it if we've never been?
I know, I keep talking about these topics, and I've never been.
Fucking psycho. Dirty fresh.
Epstein, bruh. Who's on the videos? Who's?
I remember years ago when you said that you fucking trusted him.
Who?
You said you trusted Epstein and what he was saying.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh, yeah. Bro, who's... This is crazy. This is what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking like that about this. There's thousands of videos of child porn. Who has to watch these? Who's watching these? Those people's names will not be released, right? Nobody, the government can't ever tell who's watching these child porn tapes because everyone will go to these people's houses for interviews and what was on them, right? They have to keep these people's names private.
Yeah, true, I guess.
And then they have to go get those people, right after they go watch these tapes, for however long they can watch these tapes, they have to go to therapy right after, right? They have to get their brain, you can't have kids and probably watch those videos, right? you'll fucking want to murder people.
Now, what if someone in the family did?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's going to change. Whoever has to watch these videos, I don't know if there's thousands. I don't know how many people are going to watch them. I don't know if that's one person, 5 people, 20. I don't know who's raising their fucking hand to watch them. But if this was my thing about our cousin, I was like, he knows all this shit's going on. How do you not want to murder people constantly? I remember Gordon saying, oh, why don't you like become a cop? I'm like, because I won't be able to follow the law. When people are beating their wives, I'm going to want to fucking beat the fuck out of these people. I'm not going to be able to do justice, or do the fucking law justice. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to want to fucking destroy these people. And whoever's watching these videos is going to want to murder people. In my opinion, how you look at life after and how you look at people is probably going to change you after you have to watch all of those videos. That's what I think when I see this, and there's now proof, like 1,000%. I watched them take videos out on TV, like I think it was, I want to say it was CNN then, and they had FBI leaving Epstein's apartment with boxes of tapes, never seen again. And now Pam Bondi comes out or has to come out and say there's thousands of tapes. Who's watching them? That's what I want to know.
Do they get watched?
Well, now they have to try to figure out what they're gonna do. They're obviously in panic mode for the past, I don't know when he sent that, 48 hours ago or something. He sent that letter to Pam Bondi's office that hey, we caught you on tape saying this, and so. Now they're in panic mode of, okay, what are we going to tell the public now? And they have a small limited amount of time before James O'Keefe's going to be coming back. Where the fuck are they? And hopefully other people are going to be coming to them. Where the fuck are the is this other journalists and stuff? If you got credibility and stuff, now you're pressing. Now every journalist with integrity better be pressing the administration. Where let's fucking go. Who did Ghislaine Maxwell? Why is she in jail? Or I know why she's in jail. Trafficking. Child pedophile trafficker. Who was she trafficking all these girls to? Why is she in jail? It's for trafficking. To who? Who's on the fucking tapes? That's what I want to know. That niggles me. As you might be able to tell, it gets me fucking frustrated that I know they're liars. I know they are fucking liars. And they're hiding it. It's clear as fucking day. It's been clear to me for years now. The COVID makes me just as fucking irate because they're fucking liars. And when I know that they are purposely lying, that irritates the shit out of me. When it's blatantly obvious to everybody. And then the next thing will happen, and people will trust the government with what they're saying. And I'm like, how do you trust what they're saying? They're proving to you they're fucking liars. The same people that fucking told you that there was weapons of mass destruction and that Saddam Hussein had them are the same fucking liars that are telling you this shit today. Or they're the sources that the fucking people of today are getting it from. Liars.
Dumb liars.
Professional liars. And still, hey, this fucking person said this. And I'm like, oh, look at you. You're believing those people. It doesn't matter. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Powerful people protecting these people that are lying, or you're dead.
Literally.
I don't know. There's got to be somebody, Trap Lore Ross, right? That's the guy's name. That does the documentaries, the King Von and stuff like that. Documentaries.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's some person that's doing a documentary. I guess It has to continue. It's kind of like a Clinton body count type of documentary type of thing. Like
Oh, trippy. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
like the how many people have died that have been directly involved with the Epstein case in like the they supposedly killed themselves and shit like that. You know, like I'm pretty sure there's 7 or 8. I think there's 7 or 8. I'm pretty sure over time, people that were directly have shady deaths that were involved. Like Epstein is one of them. I'm pretty sure there's like 7 or 8 so far, and that's just in 5 years, 6 years. So it'll be interesting to see, and that's just like kind of think of like who else I don't know has disappeared that might have known something or had hung themselves, but their neck is fucking broken and they hung themselves from 4 feet off the ground. Some fucking stuff that just doesn't make sense. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for the updates. I saw that he said he's got a kill switch. But on good news, you know what I got? I got this Truffles shatter from Fido.
What do you think about it?
I don't know. I just picked it up on the way after the here after the gym.
Is this a suppository?
No. Shatter. Haven't got shatter in a long time. And it was Fido. I'm like, bro, that's the OG for us. Fido extractions.
It's so long ago.
I gotta open this fucking bag. Yeah, Fido for my new plate.
You fucked up the new plate, babe.
Got my mushroom plate.
This looks like you're hitting a big penis, eh?
No. Oh, it's sticky already, bruh.
Nice.
It's gotta go in the fucking...
Freezer.
Yeah. Before I fucking handle it. Son of a bitch. Already.
Makes me laugh.
Fuck you. Gay. Alright.
Have I ever told you about Marcus Ponder?
Oh my god. Right. And he can't be drafted till next, or he can't go into college till next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at this picture last.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's a 2026 college person. College recruit. There's a Finnish guy. Did I send you a video of that Finnish guy?
Maybe, I don't know.
Bro, there's this real white Finnish guy. You know Lauri Markkanen?
Mm-hmm.
He's like the same nationality as him. And
real white.
Same length, more agile. He does like his shit looks like Giannis, where he does that like say 2 long strides to the side of the net and then reaches arm over to the side and dunks. You know those type?
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of shit. His steps are so long that he can cut through defenders and around defenders real nasty. I'll find a video and shit. I can't think of the guy's name because I've never seen the name that he has. You know, it's the Finnish. Those names are tough. They're not common.
No.
So I can't think what the guy's name
is. A lot
is.
of vowels.
Huh?
They have a lot of vowels in their name.
Yeah, they got a lot of vowels in their name. There's one other guy I seen. He's, I think, grade 12. I think he might be grade 12. 50-inch vert. Bro, it doesn't look real. Face at rim all time.
Jesus fuck. That'd be dope.
I'll try and give these people shoutouts right now before I end this video.
Black or white?
That guy's black.
From where?
The States.
Yeah, but from where is he from?
I don't know. I gotta find it. I can't think of it offhand.
You used to know this kind of stuff
Yeah, I hadn't looked into him yet.
back in the day. You would have known where he was coming. You would have known when he was 5 back in the day. What grade school he was playing for.
I got a lot of information. I don't have enough hours in the day. I mean, I feel like I said it for a long time. I just don't have enough time in the day.
Start doing hard drugs. Stop sleeping.
Christian Bellman, he's getting real good.
Well,
I had to have showed you that guy, right? He's the 8th grader.
I have to see him. I don't recognize him by name when I watched the video once.
Bruh, he's getting good. I got my Finnish guy right here. His name is nickname Slim Jesus.
Let's see, it's not fair.
Murinian Mika. And maybe it's Mika Murinian. I don't know. Slim Jesus. This guy's nice with it. 6'11", that guy. And then I'll try to find this wild 50-inch dunker. He's a kid. Huh?
This Finnish guy, that's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty cool, like, moves to the basket.
Mm-hmm. The first one alone is pretty dope.
What?
The first one alone is pretty dope. Hot step into the dunk.
Oh, this guy right here too. A.B. Toure. He's 15 from Senegal. Nasty. I got a lot of basketball on my shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where's this one guy at? He dunks. He gets up. High school player with 50-inch vert. Where are you? I was trying to shout this kid's name out and I must have missed him in my saved videos here. Can I look at who I've followed most recently?
UFC Canada this week, eh?
I think the Mallet guy fights, right?
Mike, yeah, whatever, Mike Mallet. Mike Malott.
Malott?
I think that's what, yeah.
Following, sort, date followed, latest. Let's see what we got. Oh, it is this guy. Maybe he's not American. Cameroon? I don't even...
Can't find him.
I think maybe I found 2 people recently. This is one for sure. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vieux Sene. He is I believe that's Cameroon, but I don't even know. It's hard for me to see that flag. Maybe he's American, like he's African.
Damn, Shevchenko fights Fiat, eh?
And moved to the States. What's up?
The Shevchenko fights that man in Fiat or
Manon Fiat.
Yeah. She's big now.
Mm-hmm. I think that what's her name will take her to the ground.
Probably.
This is absolutely dumb. Wonder why they're doing this on Ottawa's Parliament Hill. Bro, that is the intelligence of people in Canada, and that's why we have Mark Carney. Okay.
Abortion saves lives.
Abortion saves lives. Absolutely insane.